The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, a cautionary tale of protectionism? Did you know a single piece of legislation might have deepened the Great Depression? Let's explore the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, a historical example of how protectionist policies can backfire spectacularly. The 1920s roared, but beneath the surface, American farmers struggled. Post-World War I, European agriculture rebounded, creating fierce competition. American farmers faced overproduction and plummeting prices, setting the stage for political intervention. Herbert Hoover, campaigning in 1928, promised relief through agricultural protectionism. This promise resonated with struggling farmers, contributing to his election victory. The stage was set for a legislative battle with global implications. Initially, the goal was targeted tariffs on agricultural imports. The intention was to shield American farmers from foreign competition. However, the bill's journey through Congress transformed it into something far more expansive and dangerous. Lobbyists representing various industries seized the opportunity. They successfully pushed for tariff increases on a wide array of manufactured goods. This expansion transformed the bill from a targeted measure into a broad protectionist policy. Despite warnings from over 1,000 economists, the bill passed both houses of Congress. These economists foresaw the disastrous consequences of such widespread protectionism. President Hoover, despite these warnings, signed the bill into law on June 17, 1930. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act wasn't a minor adjustment. It was a sweeping overhaul of trade policy. It raised tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods, impacting nearly every sector of the economy. The scale of this intervention was unprecedented. The act increased existing import duties by an average of 20%. This seemingly modest increase masked a more significant impact on specific goods. Around 900 import tariffs were raised by an average of 40% to 60%, creating substantial barriers to trade. Many tariffs were specific, a fixed amount per unit, rather than ad valorem, a percentage of value. This distinction proved crucial during the Depression. As prices fell, the effective tariff rate as a percentage of the goods' value increased dramatically, further stifling trade. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act didn't occur in a vacuum. It triggered a wave of retaliatory tariffs from other nations. Approximately 25 countries, including major trading partners, responded with their own protectionist measures. Canada, France, and the United Kingdom were among the nations that raised tariffs on American goods. This tit-for-tat escalation led to a dramatic decline in international trade. The global trading system began to unravel. Global trade plummeted, with some sources estimating a decline of 65% between 1929 and 1934. Other sources state a decline of approximately 66%. U.S. exports fell from $7 billion in 1929 to a mere $2.5 billion in 1932, highlighting the devastating impact on American businesses. The economic consequences of the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act were far-reaching and devastating. Imports from Europe decreased significantly, crippling European economies. U.S. exports to Europe also plummeted, hurting American industries. The act raised the prices of food and other essential items, burdening American consumers. This increase in prices reduced purchasing power, further dampening economic activity. The impact was felt across all segments of society. Unemployment soared as businesses struggled to compete in the face of reduced trade. The act exacerbated the Great Depression, with GDP falling further as trade collapsed. The economic pain was widespread and profound. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act wasn't the sole cause of the Great Depression. The stock market crash of 1929 initiated the economic downturn. However, the act significantly worsened the Depression, acting as a powerful drag on recovery. The act reduced international trade and economic activity, limiting opportunities for growth. It made it more difficult for countries to repay debts to the U.S., straining international financial relationships. The global financial system became increasingly unstable. The act contributed to bank failures, particularly in agricultural regions, as farmers struggled to repay loans. It potentially contributed to the rise of political extremism, as people sought radical solutions to their economic woes. The social and political consequences were significant. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of protectionist trade policies. It demonstrated that raising tariffs can lead to unintended negative consequences. These consequences include trade wars, economic downturns, and strained international relations. The experience highlighted the importance of free trade agreements and international cooperation. These agreements promote economic growth and stability by fostering open markets and reducing trade barriers. The benefits of free trade are now widely recognized. Tariffs increase prices for consumers and reduce purchasing power. This reduces overall economic welfare and hinders economic growth. The impact on consumers is a critical consideration in trade policy. The act demonstrated the increasing interdependence of the global economy. Protectionist measures in one country can negatively impact others, creating a ripple effect. Global cooperation is essential for managing these interdependencies. The act was driven by populism and panic, not sound policy. This highlights the importance of evidence-based policymaking and careful consideration of economic consequences. Political considerations should not override sound economic principles. In 1934, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed the Reciprocal Trade Agreements Act. This act reversed the protectionist trend by granting the president the authority to negotiate bilateral trade agreements and reduce tariffs. This marked a shift towards a more open trade policy. After World War II, the world moved towards establishing multilateral trade agreements like GATT. GATT later became the WTO to promote free and fair trade. These organizations have played a crucial role in reducing trade barriers and fostering global economic integration. The move towards free trade has led to unprecedented economic growth and prosperity. The lessons learned from the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act have shaped modern trade policy. The world has largely embraced the benefits of open markets and international cooperation. The Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act stands as a stark reminder of the potential negative consequences of protectionist trade policies. It underscores the importance of international cooperation in maintaining a healthy global economy. Understanding its history is crucial for economic students and history buffs alike. Ready to delve deeper into the world of economics and history? Subscribe to our channel for more insightful analyses of pivotal economic events. Share this video with your friends and classmates to spark a discussion about the lessons learned from the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on the role of protectionism in today's global economy.